Akash finally responded back to the humiliation ritual his wife has been putting him through. It is not looking good for our boy, man. This is actually a really sad story, and it doesn't bring me joy in even reporting on this, man, because I have nothing against Akash. He just married quite possibly the most horrible human being I think I've ever witnessed on this internet. We don't have to rehash everything that has happened over the last week, but let's just say over the last week, we have learned more about Akash and his relationship and his marriage than any of us ever planned to. And that's because we were introduced to Akash's wife, Jasleen, through her podcast. And let's just say this podcast is nothing short of a humiliation ritual for Akash. It's such malarkey that I began to think, oh, maybe her plan is to embarrass Akash to the point where he embarrassed her. Because, like obviously, no man would ever sit there and allow their wife to tell them on a podcast in front of him. There's another man sitting next to Akash on the podcast, and she told Akash, I want to have an orgy with that man because he's sexy. No man would tolerate a woman coming online and telling us constantly that she's with him because of money. No man would tolerate his virgin wife, who he thought was a virgin, coming on podcasts and actually telling multiple stories of hooking up with men, getting her booty banged. I'm like at some point, she has to have think, okay, maybe if I do this, he will leave me. But Akash, quite frankly, ain't getting the message. And he has tried, to be supportive of her. He even responded back on Twitter when we first started covering this drama and trying to tell himself this is all jokes. He actually tweeted this a week ago when the drama first started, and it looks like his response yesterday falls in line with this. So Akash will respond back to Myron Gaines, essentially exposing his wife for being despicable. And he will say, my man out here getting triggered by jokes. How ironic. Well, don't worry about me, Myron. I got no issue putting a bit in her place, for example. Do I think Akash has ever put Jasleen in her place? Not one bit. Not even an iota. The way Jasleen is moving online is as if she has no respect whatsoever. Even a woman with a moderate to little respect for her husband wouldn't do the things that Jasleen does online at all. Okay? And Akash responds last night because he's doing his comedy special, right? His stand-up special. And the fact that he has to stop and address this during his comedy special. A comedy special is like the Super Bowl for comedians. This is like the peak of their careers. This is like something that lives in their catalog. And the fact that he has to stop and address his wife, talking about having orgies with other men, talking about getting her booty finger banged on a one-night stand with some random Asian guy, is sad. But his response, I was told by people that was there, or not I was told, but I read the reviews online. It wasn't funny. It wasn't hilarious. It wasn't something that was like a comedic gold. No, it was actually, I was told, dark. It was sad. It didn't make people laugh. It actually resulted to him ending his stand-up a tad bit early because the mood got ruined. Because it didn't really feel like he was perfectly okay with it, even though he was trying to appear as if he was okay with it.
Akash Singh addressed the drama with his wife. He's doing stand-up shows at Cobb's Comedy, and someone who was in the crowd went to Reddit and described what he said. So I went to the 7 p.m. show last night, and it was extremely awkward. He was clearly not processing the situation well, and he ended the set 20 minutes early. I only found out about his wife the day of the show. And honestly, after seeing that set basically be his therapy moment about it, I am way more suspicious of controversy than before. This is clearly something he's insecure about, even though he tried way too hard to make it seem like he wasn't. He spent the first 10 to 15 minutes of the set talking about the controversy, how his wife has been loyal to him, and everything she has been saying is just jokes.
I don't know how much I believe somebody when they say, I didn't know nothing about this drama. I just went to the show, and because he talked about it, I figured out what was going on and went online and then somehow found a YouTuber to give the full scope to. But if they're telling the truth, and this is not somebody who is drama obsessed, they had no idea what was going on, and when they got there, their first time hearing about this drama was him talking about it, and he appeared to be very bothered by it. He appears to not have a good poker face about it, and he actually seems pretty disturbed. It would make sense. Like, it would make sense that a man is very concerned that the woman who he bragged about, who he told the world about, the woman he bragged about being pure and being holy, right, and being religious and being a virgin and having that white dress on when he walked her down the aisle, that woman now being viewed as the pinnacle of an absolute slur. It will bother any man, bro, especially a guy who has made it his life mission to go against the red pill, to provide himself and in his life, right, as an example of how you could find a good girl if you look the right places. He looked the right places, right? and he ended up with the worst possible person on earth. Now, I feel like Akash is bothered by this, and he kind of has to lie about, it just being jokes, because he really has no other remedies. Like, what can Akash really do with the situation? He can't leave her. She has already made that pretty clear. He can't leave her. Here is a TikTok of her bragging about how her husband can't leave her, addressed to the people telling her husband to leave her. She's saying, to everyone saying my husband should divorce me, boy, do you got something coming, right? Because guess what? Guess what? We didn't sign a prenup. That right there is her address to the people telling Akash to leave her. Leave me. We ain't signed no prenup. This man married a mastermind, bro, a diabolical mastermind. And right now you kind of have to ask yourself, man, like, what can he do? Like, divorce the chick after finding out what, like, her real ways after years of marriage and having to start over at 40 years old after she takes everything from him? Like, what exactly is he gonna do? And why I don't feel like necessarily bad for Akash is because this chick hasn't really hid anything from him, right? Because I was watching her TikTok where he's right next to her. Like, he's literally right next to her. And she's talking about a prenup. And when I knew I had to stop feeling sorry for Akash? During this chick's prenup, she said, listen, like, if a man asked me for a prenup, I would never, never agree to that. But if I'm getting married and I have the money, I would demand he sign a prenup or else I'm not getting married, because he's not going to take all my stuff. So this chick understands what a prenup is for. She understands why a prenup is necessary, but she made sure to let Akash know that if he ever asked her for a prenup, she would have never gotten married to him. And Akash sat there and watched this chick tell him why a prenup is necessary, why she would have it if she had the money, but why she would never sign his. Hence, I won't sign a prenup because I want your money when we divorce, but I would require you sign a prenup if I had the money because you're not taking my money. And he sat there and went for it.
Is it just me, or is the idea of asking a girl to sign a prenup incredibly offensive? And only one way. Like, if I asked someone to sign a prenup because I had some, like, booming business, then I would be like, yeah, can you just sign this prenup because, like, I don't want to, like, lose all my money. But then, like, if a guy asked me to sign a prenup, I would be like, I would call off the wedding. Like, I would literally call off the wedding.
You would have called off the wedding if I asked you to sign a prenup?
Yeah, like, I'm not even joking.
How can your explanation for her bad behavior be, oh, she's telling jokes, y'all can't take a joke, y'all can't handle, oh, y'all getting triggered by jokes, when she looked you dead in your eyes and tell you, I'm not even joking? Oh, man. Yo, this chick is cold, man.
I had no real ability to, since you were with me when I was broke.
But it's just like, I think it's because guys don't, like, in general, like, they don't hold the same, like, values that women do in terms of, like, loyalty. In general. Like, I'm not saying, like, you know what I mean? Like,
okay.
Like, I feel like guys in general just, like, aren't as loyal, and, like, guys cheat more.
You're a sexist. That's the thing.
I'm a feminist.
That's what we code it as, but you're a sexist. It's
Whatever.
Giving sexist.
Because we were watching Ranj, aka Real Housewives of New Jersey, like, reruns, and, like, Teresa was saying that Joe had asked her to sign a prenup, and I just feel like that's, like, the biggest red flag. I mean, not to judge, like, anyone's marriage, like, if your husband had you sign a prenup and you guys are happy, like, I mean, that kind of, like, proves me wrong, but I just feel like it kind of just to me shows like, I don't know, like it's like kind of like you're not like you're already not being generous in like as a man you're already not being generous, and I feel like men should be generous.
And what should women do?
Be spoiled.
Okay. Where should they be generous?
With money.
No. Where should women be generous?
Oh, like with tender love and care.
I don't think.
Well, I'm not saying I do it
Okay,
all.
there you go.
I do.
More than me?
Oh, no, I'm more than you.
Well, there you go. We saw that. We saw that. Don't think we didn't see that.
When she laughs, her mouth is like so wide open. And you can probably just imagine that she's probably laughing like that because she's envisioning like all the money she's about to take from him, bro. Like, like it's the wealth she's about to extract from this dweeb. She knows she found a lick. She knows she found an easy lick. And it's like, damn, bro. Akash has so much respect because he was one of those dudes where he was rational. He was not an extremist. He's not somebody where we can look at it and say, right? Like he was just a normal, average guy who had opinions that a lot of us probably agree with on a lot. But this situation right here, man, just looking at how much he got gamed up by this chick is like, damn, bro.
And is fine with him. No one in the crowd knew how to take this information, and I truly believe that the majority of fans there had no idea any of this was going on. This only made him spending like 1/3 of the set on it even more awkward. He then proceeded to jokingly call his wife a whore every time he brought her up, which was not helping. I think it ruined his whole set, and the mood never recovered, which I think is why he ended early. I honestly don't give a about he or his wife's sex life, but if the orgy stuff is really just jokes, then clearly he's not cool with it and hides it, and or she's just not very funny and no one close to her has told her yet. Curious to hear if anyone else went to later sets and had a better experience. He's in San Francisco till Monday. Damn. So he addressed it for 1/3 of his set. And he's gonna go with the she's just joking route, which is an interesting route to go down. But I'm wondering, obviously him doing it on stage is going to make it awkward. I would assume people there kind of know of the controversy, but typically people, the vast majority of them who go to comedy shows are just like, hey, that guy's on my favorite podcast. I'll go see him.
The wife has not had a podcast since the controversy. If they do, they're supposed to drop today, I believe, but we haven't really heard from them at all. Akash hasn't really talked about it yet on Flagrant. I do believe Flagrant has dropped the episode. I think the last episode was about 3 days ago where they interviewed somebody. Akash was actually the A mic during that episode. So maybe that episode was filmed before the controversy. We don't know. But as of now, he hasn't really discussed it yet. All right. Now, Andrew Schulz is doing Brilliant Idiots, I think today, if not tomorrow. If they don't talk about it on Brilliant Idiots, then we know what it is, right? Like, if Charlamagne the God and Andrew Schulz don't discuss this Akash thing at all, then we know what it is. Then we probably know, okay, like, Akash has probably sent out, the ABB, hey, bro, can we not talk about this? Please don't discuss this publicly. I just want this to go away. But if they do talk about it, then Flagrant will be a pretty interesting episode, right? Because we'll see what Schulz is really made of. Now, obviously, Andrew Schulz, like Akash, loves him. But Andrew Schulz and this chick been having issues. Like, they've been beefing, like, for a while now. So Andrew, I think, like, finally gets a chance to be vindicated and finally gets a chance to say how he really feels about this chick. Because Andrew been warning Akash about this chick for years now. Years. Like, I literally seen when Andrew and Akash started Flagrant, like, this chick apparently, like, her entitled ways started way before the internet. Like, Like, apparently, she was doing homework on like the studio computer, and they asked her to leave, and she got mad and entitled. They asked her to stop working on the computer so they can film their podcast.
Why? What?
You just said
Why am I in? That was rude? Was that rude?
yes.
How was that rude, Akash?
It's kind of rude.
Why was it rude?
It's kind of rude.
Was it rude? Akash, was it rude?
I don't care. I'll do it when I get home or I won't. You know what I mean? Like,
Oh, you should leave it in. You should start right
Hold
now.
on.
Hold on. Hold
definitely don't leave it in.
Before we start, because we already started, but was that rude? Was that rude? First of all, something that I learned today that I had only heard in rumors prior was that Akash's girl does not like young Hezzy
Really?
Really?
at all.
Really? I mean,
I felt a vibe.
I don't
oh,
blame
she
her.
don't like you.
Oh my God.
No, she don't like you.
Why? Why is that?
I even gave Akash like a little fake ass compliment. Like, remember when they were doing a podcast, and I was like, man, he waited for you. Like, I've been trying to whatever. You know how you try to pick, promote your boy.
Yeah.
When she don't like you, ain't no brain.
Hey, bro, feelings mutual.
I'm not
You know
gonna.
what I mean?
I'm not gonna hold you. I felt the vibes, bro.
The vibes were there. But
felt
wait,
the
was that
vibes.
rude when I just said we'll wait for Akash's girl? I said we'll wait as long as she needed. We'll wait.
You didn't say it like that.
That's not how you said it.
But that's how I meant. How'd it come out?
Like, get
All right,
out.
we'll wait.
It was like, all right, we'll wait.
That's the all right, we'll wait plus the pause.
But
Because
she
then
was-
it's like, all right, we'll wait. And they just stare at you.
I don't know what she was. What was she? She was doing homework or something. Oh.
So you kicked her out while she was doing the work.
Son, I just looked over the computer and it looked like she was coding or some shit. And I was like, bro, we got a podcast to do. It's already quite late. It'd be a very entertaining interview with
And
Akash
then
and
you
his girl
gotta
on horrible
double down.
decisions.
That's what makes
Yeah.
you a
Yeah, that's wild, bro. I ain't
Hold
going
on.
front. I'll be telling
Hold on.
Like, if that was my girl, like, we'd have to have words. Like, okay.
Why are you spicing this up?
I'm not
bro?
even spicing it up.
We
Like,
got
I
it. We
just
love
thought
it.
Those
What
one of those
happened?
things, I was just like, what?
Yo, Akash, explain to me what's going on, because I don't get it. And now you're pitting Akash against me like he got to do something.
I'm not putting nobody against
And I
nobody.
said,
I'm just
man.
like,
Kaz in the corner. I know you high or
I'm just
something.
I'm not high at
Really?
all. I'm
Oh,
super
okay.
sober.
He's like just been super chill this whole
I had to watch the show. We're taping the
Cass
show right
just goes,
now.
It's kind of crazy because when this happened, you could go back and read the comments. Everybody was against Andrew Schulz, not really understanding who Akash Singh's girlfriend is and or how problematic Jasleen could be. But now looking back, Andrew Schulz was 100% right, bro. Andrew Schulz was 100% justified, bro. Like that, that right there just falls in line with who we think Jasleen is, right? Inconsiderate, problematic, bro. Storming out, closing the doors, slamming the doors, being upset, and they told you, hey, you can't do homework here. We have to film. But let me know in the comment section, man. What do y'all think about this, bro? All right, y'all think Akash is savable, man? Do y'all feel like Akash knows what he's doing? Let me know, bro, because this is sad, man. All right, and if you're still watching this video and you want to watch another good video, click on this video right here to find out about the Brian McKnight drama and why people are saying we might have been wrong about Brian McKnight. I don't know. Click on this video right here to find out what I'm talking about. I'm out of here, folks. Peace.